Hey folks, ET here coming at you with a week ahead look for SPY. So let's get to it. We're starting off with our daily customer sentiment, which is still in this bearish territory, oddly. Went ahead and drew these whale targets on here for us as well. Lower still remains at 180 for our lower target. We've got a little bit of whale support at 591, which is quite far away from there. And then we have an upper whale target of 595 at the moment. So we'll check gamma, we'll check dark pools, we'll see if this is a good range for us to trade in or if we're going to break out or down of it by the data we have while the market is closed. Okay, dark pool levels, some sig prints here, 584.5, 586.2. Mark those on your charts. Remember, don't worry about bull or bear. Just worry about where they are in reference to price, and they are big points of price contention. Jumping into our ag real quick, our ag shows 587.38. Still have some around this 604 area, which is what our previous largest ag was. It's always subjective when I see these flip. Sometimes we get this lower ag away from this upper one, which was sitting up here for weeks at a time. That's usually my upside target, and this is the spot that I look for with bounces. Okay, so jumping into our gamma aggregate. 587 matches up real nice as a repel level there with our largest aggregate dark pool. So we hit this area. We have upper pulls up to 590. Not a big, but a small gamma cluster here that remains from last week up to 593. Another sizable pull up here at 600 and a 603, which matches that 603, 604 dark pool. So right now we're just looking at this upside 587 to maybe 603. And then if we lose 587, we've got a little bit of 582.5 and then 572 down here as well. We want to look at it both ways. We don't just want to say we're automatically bullish up into this range. We want to look at each one. We trade green to green and ignore the in-between. Now let's go ahead and jump into our weekdays. Remember, no market on Thursday as far as I can remember, so because of a national day of mourning. So we'll go ahead and check to see what all that looks like. So we're jumping into Monday real quick. Monday, very interesting here. We open over 590. We've got room up to 594, kind of a tight range right there. Huge positive gamma cluster right here that we do not want to get trapped in. If we get trapped in here, we could just bounce around all day in between these larger levels, which would be 590 and 587. We lose this 587. We do have room down to 585, 584. For some reason, we open down. We've got 584 down to 590. All right, or 580, sorry, which makes a little bit of sense there. But 585, biggest pull there. Interesting to see where we open on Monday to see how that works out. So we've got Monday. We'll jump into Tuesday, 1-7, and see what that looks like. So Tuesday's pretty interesting here. That 588 level, which is right around that 587 dark pool, something to keep an eye on. We open over that. We definitely have room up to 600, right around that range. But if we open below it, our biggest pull is 580, and that brings us down to 575 before we see a repel there. So Tuesday is very interesting. Some downside potential if none of this changes, with our biggest pull being down there. Let's jump into Wednesday 1-8 and see what that looks like as we go along. So Wednesday 1-8 showing that 565 repel and a 580 pull to the downside as the biggest, but we trade green to green. So if we open over this gamma cluster here in the 589 to 580 range, we have room up here to 594 with a nice bullish net flow in 0 days helping pull up, then up to 600 and 603. But still looking somewhat bearish down here on Tuesday if nothing changes. But remember, we do trade green to green, so it depends on where we open. We open below 587 and can't get above, we're definitely heading down to that 580 or close to it. Maybe stop at that 581 positive level there. For a second there on that last one, but that was definitely Wednesday. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We skipped Thursday because it is closed for a National Day of Mourning, and we're jumping into our Friday here to wrap things up. So jumping into Friday, biggest pulls are 602, 589, and 585. We've got this 580 repel level here as well that we've seen a few times this week. So green to green on Friday, we have 580 to 588. If we open over 588, we do have room to 598 right there, which is a huge run. And if somehow we're over 598, we do have room to 603 right here with this 602 pull. Fridays are always a little bit messy, so we'll see how that pans out. Remember to pay attention to our daily information we put out for our pre-market preps, our PMPs, if you will. So that way you see if there's any changes happening. Tomorrow morning will just be this because the money didn't change in the options overnight, and the gamma did not change in the options overnight on all of this. So it's static. So Mondays will just be watch the Monday portion and move along. All right, moving along. Last to our Gex and Vex profile. Further below zero, the blue line is, the more price is supported. Right now, we've really got a 587. Like to draw that line. Let's say 585 up to 0607, more realistically 605. So decent range there. Remember, Gex and Vex does change throughout the week, so keep a close eye there to see if it starts walking left or right on these most supported prices to plan out some potential longs and shorts while revisiting the daily gammas right there. All right, that is all for now. Everybody have a good week. Stay safe out there and go get that Oprah money.